PhocusWire editor-in-chief Mitra Sorrells, and today I am joined by Mickey Haslavsky, CEO of Wndr. Welcome, Mickey.
Hello, Mitra. Thank you so much.
You know, I have to point out, I did notice that your LinkedIn calls you chief troublemaker. I'm sure there's a story behind that.
No, it's just, it seems like the whole startup space is all CEOs and CEOs and CEOs. And I just said, you know what, we're making so much trouble in the trouble space now. So let's just point it out.
Okay, well, so let's talk about that trouble that you're making with Wndr. So why don't you just start by telling us a little bit about what is Wndr?
Cool. Yeah, absolutely. So Wndr is basically a travel discovery platform that allows travelers to discover destinations with short form videos. So, think about the new wave of short videos that are taking place now in all social media, basically integrating into the experience of learning and understanding destinations all over the world. So basically, travelers have the opportunity to learn about hotels, activities, restaurants, and we'll be adding, of course, more different formats for any destination in the world.
And just, can you clarify again, you said short form videos. So these are like, what are we talking about there?
So the world have changed a lot in the past probably 5 years since probably TikTok, got into the game, and then Instagram Reels and YouTube Shorts. So the world has just kind of evolved into two kind of main video formats. One is very long, such as YouTube. So you can see, 15, 20 minutes videos with a lot of editing, very informal and very informational, sorry. And then from the other side, you see the short form 30 seconds to 1 minute video where you can see snapshots or you can see just a glimpse of a specific story in a very fast kind of format or structure.
Okay, so that's what we're talking about, that 30-second to 1 minute at most.
Exactly. So the idea by the end of the day, travel is a very visual thing. When you're going into any place in the world, you really want to kind of feel and experience the place in as many possible ways as possible. And then short videos really allows that. So that was not possible before, because now you have a whole wave and generation of content creators, of video makers, who are making these short videos in a very visual way. So you can basically feel the hotel or the activity or the restaurant, and not only read a review or see a photo, but actually enjoy with the creator the experience of this place through a very short video. And the cool thing is that you can do that, because it's a short video, you can do that with so many different locations. You don't have to watch a video for 20 minutes. You can just watch, 10 videos in 10 minutes and just explore 10 different locations in a destination.
Okay, so I think it would be really helpful if you can show us what this looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll be very happy to. So I'll be showing the desktop version of this, and of course we have a mobile version, which is more advanced. So feel free to visit it. So this is Wndr. Wndr basically has a web app where you can basically see many videos that are basically talking about, either hotels or any possibility to stay in a destination, things to do, which is mainly attractions and activities, and of course, restaurants as well. We currently support about 29 different destinations, mainly domestically in the US. And the idea is that you can, we're talking about New York right now. You can just jump into New York City within Wndr and watch a video of Ariel from New York talking about The Edge, which is an observatory.
We are on top of New York City at The Edge, Hudson Yards, 100 stories above the street level. And my favorite part is looking down below right over here. It's amazing.
Oh. Wow.
Cost over $19 billion to develop.
And so the whole goal by the end of the day, yeah.
Yeah, I was just going to say I'm a little bit scared of heights, so that kind of shook me up a little bit.
Got it. Yeah, so that's part of the idea. So now Ariel, who really went to The Edge, tells you the story about it, gives you the opportunity to, the only thing you can't do is smell it. You can now see it, you can feel it, you can do whatever you want, and basically understand if that's really the kind of experience you want to have when you're in New York City. But the most important part about this is that on the right side of the screen here, you can actually say thank you in a financial way to Ariel by booking through his video. So you can see our partners here, where you can book through tickets or get your guide or vide. And whenever you do that, the creator is making the commission from the transactions, from the actual booking. And think about it as a whole new economy where people can make videos, tell visual stories, and make a living from these videos and actually turn it into a career. So, if we take it into an evolution, so this is probably a really interesting digital evolution of a tour guide in this case.
Yeah, that's really interesting. So let's talk a bit more about those content creators like Ariel. I mean, how many do you currently have, and where are you finding new creators?
So we just launched not a while ago, where we have the higher number of hundreds of creators from the United States. Each one of those are uploading several videos from the destinations they've been visiting in the United States. But we have a very long pipeline of creators, which we are onboarding right now to Wndr. The most probably important thing that we're doing is that we are onboarding the creators by ourselves. So you can't just upload a video on Wndr. There's a quality bar that you have to reach because the travel experience is so important to have all of these videos in high quality. So we only let creators who have some certain amount of following base and some certain amount of experience to upload videos on Wndr and turn this into a living.
Okay. Yeah, that's very interesting. And then let's talk about, you showed us there some of the partners that you work with. Tell us a little bit about your travel partners and some of the benefits for them.
So, by the end of the day, this is just a new way to explore destinations. By the end of the day, we're pointing traffic to our partners where travelers, consumers can just book through their engines. It's all pretty straightforward on an affiliate basis. Okay. But the most important part is that the base for all of this is the idea that creators can make money off of it. Now, today, creators cannot just come over to a partner and try to point enough traffic to them to make a living off of this. When they're doing this on Wndr, we're basically aggregating all of them into one force, and then they have the opportunity to turn their videos into an income stream for them through our partners. So it's all one, kind of large aligned incentive for all the stakeholders.
I'm curious. I mean, why? Certainly, you referenced TikTok, and there are other platforms. It's becoming very common for anyone with a smartphone, which is pretty much everyone, to take videos, to try to post videos, things like that. So, I mean, won't certainly the bigger hotels and the OTAs and things just start to create some of this on their own, or look for people to be creating this on their behalf directly?
Right. So this is a really good question. So first of all, we have to understand what is the creator economy that everybody are talking about, and TikTok and YouTube and within Instagram and all the social platforms. These people, these content creators, they're the main drivers of engagement online today. So the idea that you as a consumer, that you as somebody who owns social media is staying longer in social media is because of those content creators telling amazing stories that you want to listen to. Right. Now, every platform in the world today is trying to focus on different ways to give these creators the opportunity to make a living off of these videos, because it's very hard to make these videos. It takes them sometimes days, sometimes weeks to generate a really good video. And the question is always, how do you make this something sustainable so they can keep doing this for a very long time? Now, all the social media platforms today have many different ways, such as ads and tips and subscriptions, but to monetize content. But travel creators are in a completely different situation. Because if you, as someone who watches the video, you're not traveling, then the chances for a transaction are much lower. So Wndr basically works as an aggregator for travelers, where travelers can see basically videos only about travel, and they don't have to kind of, watch other videos. So so the creators from one side have the opportunity to meet travelers who can actually book through their videos, and from the other side, the travelers, when they're coming over, they don't see all the categories. They see the destination they're actually traveling to. So that just becomes a one marketplace with an aligned incentive on both sides.
Yeah, and I suppose as those creators start to see more traction, you know, it incentivizes them to produce more, to provide better quality, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and I have to say that it's not that they're not making any videos anymore on other platforms. It's just Wndr becomes their platform to match between their videos and a traveler that is actually traveling to the destination, which just increases the value of the video dramatically.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about how you are marketing this to travelers? If someone's getting ready to be thinking about a trip to New York, like you just showed us there, for example, how might they learn about this?
Cool. So yeah, we have different pillars in which we're using traffic channels to let travelers know that this exists. We of course are relying on creators that are, you know, resharing their videos from Wndr. So then their followings can support them and book through them whenever they're making a suggestion or recommendation on social media. We have SEO, which we're developing very, very hard to make sure that people can, you know, just find a new format on Google as well when they're looking for specific things to do in destinations. We, of course, have partnerships that we're doing right now with online travel agencies and other booking partners on a bus booking kind of a stage where, you know, when we actually know where the traveler is going, so we can offer them more about the destination, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So we're basically, you know, we don't have one specific strategy which we're going into. We're going pretty wide in terms of providing this experience to as many partners as possible, just to make sure that the traveler has the opportunity to find Wndr at the right time and enjoy this new experience of discovering any destination they're traveling to.
And you did reference at the beginning when you were showing us your screen that you know, you have an app. Is the intent to drive most of your traffic through the app?
So we don't have an app live yet. It's going live soon. It is a mobile web kind of a version of the website. So it's going to be like two different products when you're looking at this. So the web is going to be basically for discovery, because we really want people to get the value of the videos as fast as possible. You know, downloading an app is just hard. Right. It takes time, and we want to make sure that people enjoy this as fast as possible. So there will be a mobile web version where people can just Google this and find Wndr and watch videos. For more advanced features such as location, distances, savings, and more stuff, you will be able to download an app from the app stores to basically have it with you when you're traveling in the destination.
Okay. And that kind of brings me to what I want to talk about before we finish up, which would be what you're working on right now, your future priorities related to the product or markets, that sort of thing.
So, you know, our biggest goal right now is to make sure, first of all, we have a really good experience. So we're working very hard on optimizing the videos, making it super fast, sleek, fun, because by the end of the day, it will be amazing. Like, think about it. You're getting to New York City, and now you can, you know, discover any hidden gem or any observatory, any restaurant, anything with this great short video that gives you kind of the whole feeling of this. So the goal is to get as much content as possible. So we're onboarding, you know, we have a very large pipeline again of creators, which we're onboarding right now. And that's, you know, in the top of our efforts. But second of all, we're also focusing on new monetization channels, which will allow us to cover for the creators new kind of videos. So for example, how do you monetize a video about national parks or videos about, you know, I don't know, just free stuff? So then the creators can keep making an income from Wndr from one side, but from the other side, we still give high quality free stuff for travelers that they can discover in different destinations. So in the top of our mind is getting content, give income opportunities for these creators. And I have to say something about this, by the way. You know, in my vision, it's not only the idea that you will be able to discover any destination with short videos, which is extremely colorful, but the idea that in any place in the world, you'll be just able to create more income from telling the story of your home, of New York City, of Chicago, of Hawaii, and just give your kind of angle of how to discover this amazing city you're living in. It's just amazing, because think about more developing places in the world where people can actually make a living off of this and turn this into a career.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, something you said there, are most of your creators then based in the markets that they are producing the content about? Or, you know, certainly there are a lot of digital nomads that kind of travel all over. So is it a mix or?
So I think travel is changing a little bit in this form because people are traveling more kind of in longer now to places. So we see creators who have, 80% of their content from their hometown or the places they're based in, but they do have a lot of content in other places they've been visiting. But yeah, by the end of the day, everybody has some kind of base, even if it's not, the same one all the time. We just want to make sure that they can make a living from the idea that they can tell the story of this place to travelers who are, planning their trips to these cities, destinations, etc.
Yeah, well, great. Well, it certainly makes a lot of sense. I mean, as I think about it, looking at a video is a lot more engaging than just looking at still photos of a hotel room or whatever the case may be. So, Mickey has.
By the way, I'm sorry if it's
no, that's okay. Go ahead.
Yeah, another thing that is pretty interesting here is that there is a completely different experience that you will see from completely different travelers. So we'll have families that are creating family videos about travel to specific places, or solo travelers or couples. So it's not only about visiting the edge; it's about seeing the edge from different perspective and figuring out if that's something for you. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's very interesting. Wonderful. Well, listen, thank you so much for telling us a bit more about Wndr, and we look forward to keeping up with your development. Mickey Haslavsky, thank you.